Hey everyone, Martin here from Frebesco. I'm here today to show you that little BIRO wheel, marking wheel. I hope you've seen it already. There's lots of videos out there on how to use that for arty stuff, so you can press lines into a piece of metal. Take any kind, it's color steel here obviously, but you can mark lines into it, just press on it and you can mark any kind of form into it if you want to expose some lines. So you see a lot of people who do some arty stuff with it, rather mainly used in copper, aluminium, other soft metals. You can do polishing obviously as well, and you just press some lines in it. Important with those tools, you need a soft backing. So what I use here is just a cheap yoga mat, put it on the table and use it as backing, so you can press lines and design art stuff into it. As I said, it's maybe more feasible, more interesting in copper or aluminium products, and to shape something really nicely. That wheel works, so you can press a line or marking into a piece of metal. So that's what that was designed for, but obviously also we can do other stuff with it. More common for you guys is if you have a situation where you got an apron flashing up on a wall and you got another wall in here, and we have got, that's our roof pitch, be the wall going uphill, and you have to create that on flashing. So I leave that flat here, it's before it's folded, but you can do that obviously on side as well. That's my roof pitch here, that's what I draw up. Okay, so if you imagine this line here will be folding up that way, this whole piece will fold up that way. There are two things. So this line here wants to go back on itself, and this line that's a bisect point or halfway point here, it wants to fold up again. So we're going to do first the bisected point from the corner here, nicely go out, so that gives you the line where the metal later on is folding. Okay, so that's one point. So you drive all the way into the corner, point one. Then I mark the roof pitch in here, this line on the back side. You can see that here, that's my roof pitch. We're going to mark that line as well in the other direction. That gives you already pretty much the way how that folds. So that will be your pocket going back on itself. Okay, and the next line here, that will be the line where you're actually folding the whole lot. So I'm going to do that quickly and go ahead with the folding machine. Fold it up for a sec. There you go. So we folded that up quickly, just 90-degree up. So from here onwards, I can just grab plier, or we call that the seaming plier. They're quite deep, so that most of our guys here in New Zealand or Australia buy them for cappings. So stop ends on barges, just fold them in one piece because they are 180 mils deep. There are different depths of pliers. You can get them at 120, 150 or 185 mils deep. If you need a customized one, you can cut them off and put a piece of steel in between it and weld it back on, all possible. So we have customized those pliers to suit. If you don't have one, go and get one, because I believe as a sheet metal worker, or if you do a lot of cappings and end barges and stuff like that, to do a crisp, nice finish on a capping, that edge here is important, and the depth is obviously important because you can go from end to end at different widths of pliers as well. So you can get them, I think, 100, 120, 150 and 185 wide. Then you definitely have seen here corner cut off, so we always do that ourselves. Usually they come square. There is a plier that comes already cut on one side. It costs a fortune to buy it, so we decided we chop them off on side, or let our guys do that. And I know you all have a grinder, and I'm sure you have a file as well somewhere to cut the corner of steel off. Go for it. I cut my one here a little bit more than 45 degrees just to make sure I get into those corners. Okay, so I just go ahead and fold that quickly. Just give them a line into the center. You see what happens here with those lines we marked before. So you only give that metal a little bit of a line, because the next step would be folding that each of those lines here, or marked lines, in the right position. So go a little bit further than the marked line. And important with that BIRO was that you actually mark right into the corner, and that's something you only can do before it's folded. Otherwise you would have trouble getting in there. Okay, so see if I can do that by hand even. So because I got that line in there, I can even squeeze it just by hand, folding it around. Pretty much fold it all the way to your liking. Bottom angle will come automatically. Everything will follow. That's quite a simple way of folding a pig here. And at that point you can decide still if you want to bring it in or out. That would be already the finished depth. At that point you only go in, bend it a little bit to that angle here. What do you need? So here you still can decide if you want to have that pig ear going behind it, on the back side or on the front side. Important is that you got those lines formed properly. They actually fit right in there. So I'm not going any further, but important is that line here. That's the one you press in with those BIROs, and that mitre line here. You see that that's perfectly our roof pitch here. So important to do those pig ears nicely. You just need something hard who's going right into the corner, and that's what you can do with those BIROs. It's just an example. There are heaps of other ways to use it and to do different styles and so on, but that's definitely one of them. It's very handy to use if you have huge, or let's say large upstands, and there's no rivets or anything required in that corner because the whole metal is wrapped around, and it doesn't take long to make one of those. Important is just marking the roof pitch on the right line and follow with the bisector point with this one here. The rest will form automatically, as you have seen. Obviously, as always, those BIROs are on special this week. Get amongst it, get yourself one. It's always handy to have. There are two different versions out there. This one here, steel handles, full stainless steel, and there's another one with plastic handles, a bit cheaper. Both of them do the trick. So yeah, get amongst it, get one of those. Have fun bending. I hope you have a great day out there. Talk to you soon.